Let's talk about human rights in the Constitution. There is so much to talk about here and there's quite a bit of debate. But for the purpose of revision, let's break it down and start with express rights and implied rights. There are 4 express rights and several implied rights in the Constitution. The express rights are written down really explicitly. You have the right to freedom of expression, you have the right to vote in a Commonwealth election, you have the right to trial by jury, and you have the right to just grounds when the Commonwealth is trying to acquire your property. If you've watched the movie The Castle, Aussie classic, that's exactly what that last express right is. On the other hand, we have implied rights, which are implied in the Constitution and usually interpreted in courts, but not explicitly written. An example of one of these is the right to freedom of political communication as a type of freedom of expression. And this was ruled in a High Court case involving the ABC in 1997. From here, we can bounce into a discussion about should Australia have a Bill of Rights? You might be asked this in a short answer question. It would be pretty typical of them to do so. Should we have a Bill of Rights? 4, we have yes, we should, because at the moment our rights are contained in Constitution, in legislation. It differentiates between the federal and state powers. On the other hand, people are saying yes, we absolutely should, because to define is to be really, really clear with what we are entitled to. And also to define them in a Bill of Rights means that they are more accessible. In one document, everyone can be aware of exactly what their rights and entitlements are. On the other side of the debate, we have people saying, no, we should not have a Bill of Rights because majority of Australians are pretty satisfied with the rights we have right now and how they are protected. Other people will say to define it is to limit it rather than leave it open for interpretation like we have with the implied rights. And other people will say it would be such a huge effort for us to change our Bill of Rights as our morals and ethics evolve. And we see this kind of scenario in the US, and this is part of the debate. People are talking about the right to bear arms involved in the Constitution at the moment, and this is the kind of situation that people in Australia are saying if we don't have a Bill of Rights, we'll never get ourselves in that situation. Thank you for listening.